Imagine waking up every morning, not because you have to, but because you want to. No alarm dragging you out of bed, no feeling of emptiness. No question in your mind like, why am I even doing this? Instead, you wake up with energy, with excitement, with fire inside you. Why? Because you have purpose. And here's the truth most people never realize. Purpose is pleasure, not the cheap kind of pleasure, not the kind that disappears after a few minutes, but the deep, powerful pleasure that makes life feel meaningful. Let me explain. The lie about pleasure: most people today are chasing pleasure, scrolling endlessly on their phones, watching videos for hours, eating junk food, looking for constant entertainment. They think pleasure will make them happy. But have you noticed something strange? The more pleasure people chase, the less happy they seem. Why? Because cheap pleasure drains you. It gives you a quick dopamine hit, but afterwards you feel empty. It's like eating candy all day. For a moment, it tastes amazing, but eventually, you feel sick. That's not real pleasure. That's distraction, the pleasure nobody talks about now. Think about something different. Think about the last time you worked really hard for something. Maybe it was finishing a project, building your body in the gym, learning a new skill, helping someone who needed you. Remember how it felt after you accomplished it. That feeling, that deep sense of satisfaction, that quiet moment where you think, I actually did that. That feeling is 1,000 times stronger than cheap pleasure. And that feeling comes from purpose. Why humans need purpose? Human beings were not designed to sit around doing nothing. We were built to create, to build, to explore, to grow. When you don't have purpose, something strange happens. You feel restless. You feel bored. You feel like something is missing, even if your life looks comfortable. You can have money, entertainment, food, comfort, but without purpose, life still feels empty, because deep down, your brain is asking one question. Why am I here? Purpose answers that question. The secret connection here is the powerful secret most people never understand. Purpose and pleasure are not enemies. They are partners. When you chase cheap pleasure, you lose purpose. But when you chase purpose, pleasure follows automatically. Think about athletes. They train hard every single day. Their muscles hurt. They sacrifice comfort. But when they win, the joy they feel is unbelievable. Or think about an artist who spends months creating something. When they finally finish their masterpiece, the satisfaction is pure magic. That's the pleasure of purpose. Why modern life feels empty today. The world is full of instant pleasure. Everything is easy. Food delivered instantly. Entertainment instantly. Validation instantly. But something important disappeared, this struggle. And without struggle, purpose disappears. When life becomes too easy, people don't feel fulfilled. That's why so many people feel lost today. Not because they lack pleasure, but because they lack meaning. The pleasure of becoming purpose is not just about achieving something. It's about becoming someone, becoming stronger, smarter, kinder, more disciplined, more capable. Every time you push yourself to grow, you experience a unique type of pleasure, the pleasure of progress. And progress is addictive in the best possible way. Once you start improving yourself, you realize something powerful. The real joy of life is not having everything. It's becoming everything you are capable of being. How to find your purpose. People think purpose is something mysterious, like one day lightning strikes and suddenly you know your life mission. But that's not how it works. Purpose usually begins with something simple. Curiosity. What interests you? What excites you? What problem in the world do you feel like solving? Start there. Then commit to getting better every day. Purpose grows from consistent action. You don't find it by thinking about it endlessly. You find it by doing things, trying things, failing, learning, improving. And slowly, over time, your path becomes clear. The most powerful pleasure: imagine looking back at your life one day Not remembering endless hours of scrolling, not remembering distractions, but remembering that you built something, that you helped people, that you became the strongest version of yourself. That feeling, that deep pride and fulfillment, that is the highest pleasure a human can experience, because purpose gives life meaning, and meaning gives life joy. The final truth, so if you feel bored, if you feel empty, if you feel like something is missing in your life, the answer is not more entertainment. The answer is not more comfort. The answer is purpose. Find something that challenges you, something that forces you to grow, something that pushes you beyond who you are today. Because the truth is simple. Purpose is pleasure. And the moment you start living with purpose, life stops feeling like something you have to survive and starts feeling like something you are excited to live.